Today I'm going to replace the filament on the GCMS, but first I'm going to tune before, and then we'll tune after changing the filament, and we'll see what the results look like. Okay, I just tuned from a new tuning file, so I'm going to save the tuning file under today's date before changing the filament. So our filament is currently over the 1,000 hours. That is the time that it needs to be replaced, so I'll replace it now. So the first thing we need to do is do a system shutdown. So I'll go to Instrument, Vacuum Control, and then Auto Shutdown. The auto shutdown took about 25 minutes to complete, so now I'll close out of the real-time analysis, and then I'll turn off the mass spec. So here around the back of the instrument is the power button. Okay, here's the door to the mass spec, so we'll turn this knob and then open it up, and we're going to remove these two and these two. We're going to switch the filaments and then replace filament 2 with the new filament. This one was a little tricky to get off. Now I'll use this screwdriver to loosen this nut right here, and this one down here, and then I'll remove the nut. Okay, after screwing the nuts all the way out, they just come out, and I have a Kim wipe over at the desk, and I'll place them over there. Now we can remove the filament. This top one is filament 1. Here it is. And then filament 2, I'm going to replace this. I'm going to replace filament 1 with this filament 2. Okay, so I've just put what was previously filament 2 in the filament 1 position, and then over here, here's the old filament 1, and it looks kind of used, and then here's the new filament, and you can see the coil in there looks of course totally brand new compared to this one where the coil is kind of crooked. I mean, it's been used for over 2,000 hours, so it's about time we replace it. Okay, I've just put the brand new filament here in filament 2 position, and now I'm going to screw those nuts back on here. Okay, I'll screw these back in now. And now I'll firmly fit these sockets back into their proper post positions. Okay, now that we've attached all the lines back, we need to make sure that there's no short circuiting. So I think these two, since there's the filament in between, these two will have connection and these two will have connection, but this should not have any connection to this, or this, and this should not have connection to this, this, or this, and same with these. And then we can also check this one to make sure it doesn't have any connection. And so as long as there's no short circuiting, then we are good to go. And then you can also visually inspect, make sure none of these lines are touching, and they look good to me. And now before closing this, I'll check this O-ring, make sure it's in good condition, and then make sure there's no dirt around the edge here where the O-ring connects. Now I can turn the mass spec back on. Here. And now I'll open real-time analysis. And then in detail, I'll go to my consumables, reset consumables, change the filament to 0 hours, okay. And then we'll see that change, okay. So now I need to start the instrument back up. I'll go instrument, vacuum control, auto startup. And then I will come over here to my maintenance of consumables list, and I'll mark down that I changed the filament today. After startup, I'm going to let the vacuum pump pull a good vacuum, and then I will do an auto tune again, and then from there I'll recalibrate, and then we'll be good to go to run more client samples.